Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are very excited. Right outside Coach McCarron's office door are a ton of Stallions players ready to get started. So I'm going to let him kick that off, talk a little bit about what we've been doing the last couple of days and what we're looking forward to next week.
Morning, everybody. First team meeting. It's awesome to finally put faces with names and meet everybody. I tell you what, we can play how we look. We'll be all right. Uh, but I mean, everybody looks in great shape. Um, but I'm excited to have everybody in, get this thing started. I know it's a little bit of chaos with everything first couple days, but guys are ready, pumped, so we're ready to go.
We'll take some questions. If you have one, just throw your hand up and we'll call on you. Steve, go ahead.
I guess AJ, just sort of, what is your kind of feeling and mindset right now going into it now that you're going to be on the field with these guys?
Really, I mean, it's simple. My three things this morning. I'm not a big PowerPoint guy or anything. Simple message was first slide was ego. Everybody checking their ego at the door. Um, Also not feeling like, this is a step down or anything. You take this opportunity because the big man above is had this as your next stepping stone and enjoy it, but put your ego at the door. Second thing was simple: do your job. If we can do our job, we'll be fine. Don't worry about trying to do more than you need, playing outside of yourself, worrying about everybody else's job. It's you know, one of 11, everybody do their job. And then it kind of all falls into the last one was family. It's not about just this coaching staff, me, the rest of my guys. It's not about just the players. It's the training staff, the video crew, um, our team ops to run. It's everybody working as one, understanding the ultimate goal, understanding the process it takes to achieve the ultimate goal, and then all of us coming together and working as a family. So I think when I look back on all the most successful teams I've ever been on and championship teams were units that became a family. And it's a short amount of time, but these guys got to spend time with each other, understand each other, and then create some chemistry and rapport with each other in a short amount of time. And the team that does that the best is going to be the team that wins the most.
James.
Hey, Coach, appreciate you taking the time today. We saw Taylor Elgurizma got an opportunity to throw the NFL Combine. Is that going to impact his status here at all for the Stallions?
No, he's he's going to go up there. He asked me, said he wants to just go through the interview process. He's not going to take a futures deal, and then he'll be right back with us to practice after a couple of days of being up there.
Got it. And then to follow up on that, targets that you guys have here in Birmingham across the board, you're stacked at wide receiver. How do you kind of see this competition playing out here in camp with the amount of just the raw amount of talent that you have?
Yeah, no, I think that was our big focus building this team, starting with the big fellas up front, getting size, getting guys that are big and athletic, and then it was getting explosive players all across the board. Not just the receiver room, but you look at our running back room. I think we're top in the league when it comes to that as well. We got dudes that can are big, downhill bruisers. We got guys that are scat backs, guys that can split out, run routes. Um, and then the receiver rooms, uh, like you said, James, it's loaded, it's exciting. The biggest thing for those guys is understanding that everybody's a one. I didn't want to build this roster from a sense of, man, we only got one true one and a number two like most teams do. I wanted to get as many top guys as possible and rotate these guys in. I think we are going to, keep probably the most amount of receivers and have it where our guys are rotating in and they're fresh each and every week. So I'm excited to watch these guys go compete. You got a bunch of high draft picks, guys that had a ton of success, in the NFL, and mixed in with some younger guys as well. So I think it's an awesome group.
John?
AJ, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but you're a co-early favorite. The Stallions are a co-early favorite with DC. I know you don't want to listen to a lot of outside noise, but what do you think that means to you and to the team that there are people from the outside already saying like this is one of the teams to beat in the UFL?
Yeah, John, it's great to be recognized from a sense of people understanding we have talent, but like I told these guys, listen, I've been a part of teams that were stacked, and you go into the off season thinking, man, we are absolutely loaded, and you got a couple bad apples that just spoil the group, right? Or you don't become a family and a unit, and what you need to be successful. So it's rat poison. We got to go out and play, but we have to understand and learn fast that we have to be process oriented. We can't listen to all the outside noise, favorites for the year or whatever the case may be. Is focus on your day-to-day process, become process oriented, and then the results that you want in the end will happen because you worried about just the day-to-day process. And listen, if we do that, we'll be successful, and hopefully we're holding that trophy at the end of the season.
Ryan?
Thank you, AJ.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Coach. Good morning. You talked about the rat poison, and a lot of the verbiage you're kind of using sounds a lot like Coach Saban. I know you've said you've reached out to him, but how much of an impact being under Coach Saban as long as you were, is that going into your head coaching career?
Yeah, listen, he's one of the greatest of all time. There's certain things that I take from him because I truly believe, that's what made us special. But at the same time, like, I'm going to be myself. I think when you look at a lot of coaches that have come from the Saban tree, they try to be Coach Saban so much, and they're not themselves, right? And so for whatever reason, it doesn't work out. I'm still going to be myself, from a sense of a player's coach, somebody they can come talk to. That's a little different from Coach Saban. He was more of a closed off, unless you really knew him for a long time. He was quiet, but he was almost like that mythical creature that just roamed the hallways. And a lot of people, when they heard him coming down the hallway, they'd find a way to step out of the room or whatever so they didn't get caught. I don't want that. I want dudes to come into my office, come talk about life. Like, I'm here for them, no matter what. But when it comes to the verbiage part of it, listen, that's why I built this staff the way I did. I wanted guys with a history of being at Alabama, understanding what it takes, because we were successful for so long. And I try to, remind everybody, it's not the trip up the mountain that's the hardest. It's once you're there, can you sustain being at the top of the mountain? Because everybody's coming for you. All right. And it's part of this organization. When people think of the Birmingham Stallions, they think of success, they think of championships, right? So you already have a target on your back just because of your label and the team name. But um, a, a lot of it has to do with process. A lot of it has to do with um, the mental side of things to be successful. So if you can be mentally tough and learn how to push through things and push through adversity, like you can be successful. So I would say that's more where the Saban mindset comes from and why we're pushing that.
Oscar?
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Good morning, AJ.
What's up, Oscar?
Everything's fine. Thank you very much. AJ, what is the mindset you are looking with this team?
Yeah, intensity. Listen, I really want to be a team that uh I mean nobody in the league wants to face for 60 minutes. I want to be the most physical team on the field at all times. That starts with the big fellas up front. And I've told them that a million times already is we have to be able to set a tone. All right. Every successful team I've ever been a part of has had an O line that will set the tone from the first snap to the end. And that's the biggest thing with me is we don't need to talk. Let your helmets and pads do the talking. Get up and just let them know that we're here every play. We're here to whip your ass every play, and it's going to go on for 60 minutes.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Yep.
James?
Yeah, I just wanted to get your, I guess, insight. I know you've only been there a couple of days, but kind of embracing this new head coaching role in the UFL. What's it been like just kind of these first few days meeting with your coaches and your staff and just kind of figuring things out here?
Yeah, I love it. It's been awesome. It's it's different hearing guys say coach and then the everybody else in the building. You're used to being a player for so long, and when it goes to equipment, like, hey, can I get an extra shirt? And it's like, and then when you're the head coach, it's like, yeah, whatever you need. So it's it's been awesome. Listen, I've loved every minute of this. It's my passion. It's what I love to do. It's why I've helped so many high schools and colleges in the off season. Like I love talking ball. I love teaching the offense, quarterback position, learning hell even defenses. And it's been awesome to be with my staff for these past couple days by ourselves, just kind of breaking everything down, watching film together, coming up with a schedule during camp, how we're going to take care of the guys, what we need to hit on. So I've literally enjoyed every minute of it, and I can't wait to just get going with the team and get out on the field.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Well, thank you all so much. Next week, we'll have some news coming out about rules. And if you haven't gotten your credential application from me, hit me up with an email and we will get that going for you. We want to make sure that if you are able to come to the games that you have your credentials early, but we will start kind of a repetition of this, and we'll have probably do a Zoom availability every week. Until then, we can be in person for that first game.
Thanks, Heather.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
Heather.
much, guys.
Awesome.
Thanks, Heather.
Thank
Thanks,
you all.
AJ.
Appreciate it.
Take care, guys.
Thanks, Coach.